Hey guys, Drew here, back with another video, and it's been a bit of a while, I'm gonna be quite honest. I've been pretty busy with this summer, all in all, getting ready for the regiment season. And I mean, I haven't talked much regiment in a while. Last video was who was the next potential captain. That was more than 2 weeks ago, I think. So I'm back with another video, and most of the stuff I'm going to talk about in today's video, it is a bit outdated, but I am going to talk a little bit deeper into these players on what I can expect from them heading into this upcoming regiment season, if they're playing for the regiment, and it's their overall camp invitees, you could say, maybe, and their CHL Import Draft. There's 2 draft picks they took in the CHL Import Draft. If you don't know what the Import Draft is, it's basically a draft for players who play overseas and they're looking to get some QMJHL minutes here in North America to get ready for their jump to the NHL. Some notable names that were in the NHL draft, like Ivan Ryabkin. He went to the Charlottetown Islanders. He should be an interesting piece if he plays there next year. He'll be must watch, you could say, if he comes here to Newfoundland to play against the regiment. But I'm going to get started with the first 2 picks that the regiment took in the import draft. Starting off with their highest pick, 24th overall, they took Marek Daneček, forward out of Czechia. He played most of the season this year with the U20HC Sparta Praha. That's a pretty cool name, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. Played 41 games, 26 goals, 38 assists for 64 points. The guy can bury the biscuit, but also has a bit of playmaking in his game. Really skilled forward. I'm not sure if you saw Bar Down posted maybe earlier in like November-ish, scored an amazing goal, like highlight reel goal. May have been the best goal over in that U20 league all season. So he's a really skilled based forward. Played 13 games this year in the D1 league for Sparta Praha. Didn't have any points in those games, but still got that experience on playing against some bigger guys, some older guys especially. Daneček has went through 2 drafts this past 2 years that he's been eligible for. Hasn't been drafted in both of those drafts, unfortunately. But Daneček, he's going to be an interesting piece. I won't be surprised to see his name on the opening night roster, because it looks like it'll happen. And I mean, it was hinted a couple weeks prior that he was going to be joining the regiment. He posted on his like Instagram story or something that he was training, tagged the regiment in that post. So I kind of already had like a little sneak peek of it, but now that it's official, it's great to see that Marek Daneček will be in a regiment uniform, hopefully come September. Come August, I mean, it's literally not even a month away till training camp. It's insane how I remember back in Christmas, like, it felt like it was never going to come. It was going to take so long, but wow, we're just less than a month away from it. Anyways, going back to the next pick, which was 85th overall. The regiment only had 2 picks in this draft, as one of them was used for Mikas Vekvanags, the T10 used. He was a goaltender. He'll probably be one of the goaltenders this year for the regiment, maybe in a backup role behind a guy like Antoine Krul, maybe. But yeah, focusing back on the draft pick, it was 85th overall, if I hadn't mentioned it before. They took Alexei Zhukov from the Long Island Gulls U16 AAA. His stats are pretty good. 37 games played, 20 goals, 20 assists for 40 points. He is a forward, so the regiment take 2 forwards in this import draft. He's a Providence College commit in the 2026-27 season, so if he doesn't make the team this year and he doesn't play any games this year, well, he's just not going to be a Newfoundland regiment. That's just how it is. But honestly, I could see him playing here next year. He definitely has the skill base, goal scoring as well, that can get the job done, especially. Played 1 game actually this year for the Fargo Force of the USHL and scored 1 goal in that game. I mean, it doesn't mean much, but it definitely looks better than 0 points overall. He is a point per game player, you could say, in the USHL. So if he doesn't make the QMJHL team, the regiment this year, I expect him to go back to Fargo, play in the USHL, and then next season go to Providence College. So we'll see how Alexei Zhukov pans out, I mean, if you haven't saw me online, I'm not too happy with that last name, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Gives me a bit of PTSD from the 2019-20 season Newfoundland Growlers when they started the season with Maxim Zhukov and Patrick Munson as their tandem. Did that work out? Not really. I'm kind of glad that they grabbed a guy like Patrick Hagen and Redmond. Those two guys definitely shut the door down. But anyways, I was focusing too much on the Growlers. Gotta focus on the future now with the regiment. And one thing that I'm kind of worried with Zhukov, the chance I could see him not making the regiment. He is 6 foot, which is pretty big for a QMJHL player, but he's 157 pounds. Definitely going to want to get some of those pounds up because you won't be making the NHL if you're 157 unless you're like a goaltender that is like absolutely insane. I believe Dustin Wolf is like in the 170s, which is insane. But yeah, you're definitely gonna pop up those IBS, I think it's called. I don't even know what it stands for, I'm gonna be quite honest. But yeah, so Zhukov will be an interesting pick. We'll see if he's on the team come opening night. But yeah, Alexei Zhukov and Marek Danilchuk, welcome to the Newfoundland Regiment. And they had 2 camp invites. They may have invited some more players. It's just not on the website. I mean, some of the draft picks were invited, of course. But 2 guys that were undrafted that were invited to this, you could say, training camp. Yeah. Gavin Connors out of Torbay, Newfoundland, and Max Dineen. We'll talk about Connors first. I know a little bit more about him. Played for the U18 AAA Blizzard this year. So if you don't know, there's a U18 AAA league here in Newfoundland. I believe the Blizzard, O'Neill Nissan Growlers, Tri-Pen Osprey, and then there's a team out in central and western Newfoundland. They play out through the year, and whoever wins that season gets to play in the Monctonian, which is the big U18 AAA tournament across Atlantic Canada. So last year it was the Blizzard, and Gavin Connors was on that team. In 32 games this year for Connors, he scored 22 goals, 25 assists for 47 points. Really good, strong season from him this year, which is why he played for more teams this year. Played for the Holy Trinity Tigers of the high school league, so he played for his high school team. Holy Trinity is in Torbay, so I can tell that he's a Torbay native. And then also he played a bit of Junior B this year. Junior B is for college, university students, really. But for a guy like Gavin Connors that was in high school this year, to play a bit of games, played 7 games this year for the Northeast Eagles, definitely gets him a bit of experience, a bit of good experience. And if he doesn't make the team this year, honestly, he may just go to the Eagles, play throughout that season, probably have a really strong year, and then maybe come back next season, maybe get another camp invite if he has a strong season with the Eagles, or I'm not even sure if he's going to be eligible for the Blizzard next year, but if he is either with the Blizzard or the Eagles, if he has a strong year, honestly, he could get another camp invite, maybe try it again the next year, maybe have a second chance. But yeah, Connors is going to be a player to look out for, and yeah, I'm excited to see how he pans out. Will he be on the roster come opening night, or will he just go back, play local hockey here in Newfoundland? Only time can tell. But then their other invite was Max Dineen. Really like that name, by the way. Played for the Central Mass Penguins of U18 AAA. I think that's in Central America. But yeah, he played pretty well this year, had 25 games played, 12 goals, 16 assists for 28 points. Not too bad from Dineen. Is a Sacred Heart University commit of the NCAA come the 2027-28 season. So we still got a couple of years left, and obviously those years could be used with the Newfoundland Regiment. This guy seems like he's a speedster, can definitely run up the ice and score a quick goal for your team. So Dineen is going to be a good player to look out for, and he actually played for Cushing Academy this year for his local high school team, and he played with Newfoundland Regiment prospect Hymovitz, who looks to be pretty nasty at hockey. Hymovitz will be an interesting player to look out for. come opening night as well. But yeah, a little fun fact, maybe Dineen and Hymovitz both make the regiment, maybe get a 4th line, 3rd line role, play on the same line, maybe have a bit of chemistry there. But yeah, 2 invites and then 2 draft picks for the regiment in the CHL Import Draft. That's going to wrap up today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that most of the stuff I said today you may already know, but if you didn't, I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, you can like this video, you can subscribe if you really liked it. We're on the road to 300 subscribers. We're just about 20 subscribers away, so we're just getting there. Hopefully we can hit it by the time the regiment have their home opener. Training camp, as I said before in today's video, is just about around the corner. It feels like that sun is just about to rise, and when it's fully risen, it's the home opener for the Newfoundland Regiment. So it's coming soon. The regiment obviously have their most of their preseason games out in I think it's somewhere in PEI that they're going to have Summerside, I think it's called, PEI, that they're going to have their training camp games. So I'll be tuning into those games, see how they do and impress some of their players that I noticed, and maybe I'll do a bit of a recap for those games, honestly, maybe just like a little short or something like that. But anyways, more videos to come, I promise, in the future. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know, because obviously training camp is coming soon, so I won't be able to upload too much because it's coming really soon. But that's it for today's video, guys, and any video suggestions that I said before, please let me know. That's it for today's video, guys, once again, and I'll talk to you all again soon.